Three underwears. Conosco. Linnea, Nani. TCG rematch? Remember what? Nani? Alright, we get your TCG rematch in a bit. Yadoi Happy Yeti? What is this? Yeah, but I'm saying augury made a bit more sense. I guess. Yes. The Roman religious practice of observing the behavior of birds to receive omens. There's like the what is it called? There's the isn't it is that the etymology for like the harbingers as well? Harbingers are also birds, right? Are they? Maybe not. No, harbingers are just people. Never mind. I'm confusing that with Valkyries. I don't know how much of the review of the trailers, but trust this makes more sense. I mean, that's what a literal augur means, right? To augur, which means to interpret the will of the gods. I found it interesting that they limited it to like you can only see the fate of yourself, though, not like other folks. Or you already know. Yeah, this is a replay, as you can tell. I'm just having dinner. My stream is bugged. No, why is it bugged? The video keeps freezing. Dang. I guess it's because I'm not on multi-stream, am I? Am I on multi-stream? Probably turned off multi-stream, didn't I? Yep. It's the app. Twitch app sucks as usual. Well, that I can talk freely. Yeah, Alkonos is said to have roots from the Greek Alcyon, who was turned into a kingfisher. Kingfisher. From the name of the Alkonos came from, well, the name of it came from the Greek demigoddess whose name was Alcyone, was transformed by the gods into a kingfisher. But I think that's the only connection to the Greek. It sounds like they just borrowed the word as usual. And the chapter is called Alcyon chapter or something. Yes, yes, they do use the Alcyon word. Honestly, like I don't know if anyone done like a deep study of all the story quest words, but they're all like mythological words of like some ancient either creature or goddess name. They have a lot. Every single story quest I think has like a reference to like some kind of mythology. Like the story quest name of it. I mean, Alcyon was Alcyone comes from Alcyon, which refers to a seabird with a mournful song, or to the kingfisher bird in particular. Folk etymology means howl, meaning sea or salt, kyo, meaning I conceive. So it's like a seabird. Interessant. Augury bird has more lore implications. It's more to do with fate, I guess. Yeah. The Alukonos sounds pretty cool, though, I would say. It definitely doesn't hit the same as augury bird. Augury bird sounds a bit. I can see why they chose the word Alkonost over augury bird. But it's so weird though. Usually in the English they try to choose the cooler sounding word, right? But this time they chose the lousier sounding word. Very confusing. I don't know how the translators decide which name they use for each language. It's interesting how each language kind of decide to translate it a different way. It's kind of like the Irminsul translation as well. For some reason, it just has to be different. I'm starting to think like the transliteration team just has like completely different like ideas on what needs to be translated, and what doesn't. There's no like direction from like the original translation folks. Feels like every transliteration team has their own like ideas about what they're doing, and kind of have a bit more freedom to do it. Real question is Kai Lano playable, Lamau? Kind of want her sister to be playable. She seems like could be a good cryo or hydro character. Wonder what's in the CN version. Yeah, I don't think they say. They usually only like tell you like the big names, but they don't tell you. I'll have to look into the actual Chinese translation to dig it up. I don't think the Genshin wiki says the translation, unfortunately. Is she the new standard NPC? I don't know. She looks kind of playable, Rashi. Do you not think she kind of looks kind of playable? Maybe 4 star, but kind of looks playable to be honest. I feel like the other girl was the is like the NPC. Like we had the ice girl, what, Viliani or something, who we completely skipped the semi-final fight, and they were like, "Yeah, whatever, you just won." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess it would have been more fun if we actually played it out." But whatever. Why is there a Rems alt? Why did I get a friend request from Rems alt? Rem, why do you have an alt in here? Lamal. It would be cool if also Rem, do you want me to use the same deck that I used last time, or you think if you think it's too unfair, I can change to my normal deck? Up to you. Okay, okay. I think Kayalano could be playable. I'm not saying that she will be playable, but I think she could be. Like if Mihoyo wanted to make her playable, I wouldn't mind. I think her design seems legit enough to be playable. Maybe just touch up here and there, but like I don't know, man. Like her NPC model looking better than Deluxe Lamau. But I thought they wrote the story quest pretty well. Besides the whole like Pokemon game mechanic thing, it's kind of like the Pokemon game mechanic thing was like alright. Like wasn't like the best. It's just like a cooler form of rock paper scissors, basically. But I thought they handled the story pretty well. Even though it was only for like one scene, I was like I almost cried. I was basically I almost cried in that scene. That was a very touching scene with the sister. So I really hope like Kaelano like gets some. When we get to see her in Desnaya, I think we'll definitely get to see her in Desnaya, and I I wouldn't be surprised if Mihoyo made her playable at that time. So you're getting the loop now? Ain't no way. Sorry, we already pre-farmed Mona's mats. We know how to manifest her. Congrats on your future. Oh, not like this, Revan. Wait, Revan, you didn't even predict it. Look, Revan, you predicted TG, I believe. I'm honestly more excited for the number of Favonius weapons I'll get. Mike 50 million. Hey, welcome in, Mike. How you doing? Appreciate you jumping in here on a Sunday. I think Koyo from now on will make story or lore important NPC, less NPC looking. They're doing a really good job. And like even Seamus, right? Like he did like the Seamus. Why your avatar frame still at 2 star? Wait, what do you mean 2 star? Avatar frame? Oh, do you mean like the is this the local legends quest? I think we haven't finished a couple of them. We haven't finished like the ones in the like new area either. So if you want to come in and help with some of the local legends, you're more than welcome to. Wait, that's how you say his name? You should look it up, Lama. Wait, whose name? I already got a 4-star. I wrote up in yes, local legend. Yeah, yeah. We haven't finished the local legend one stuff yet. Well, I'll need a hard carry to finish those. So if you guys want to join in and help me out, help a brother out. um, feel free. I think in non-cry we're missing 1 star um on the crab, the bloom one. We probably need like a nefer, I think. And then we're missing 1 star on the old lady. I think we'll just need a really strong skirt for that one. But yeah. And then I haven't tried any of the or I haven't even met or encountered the new local legends yet in the Dortmund port area, so Seamus. Yeah, is it Seamus? Is that how I say his name? Seamus? I think it is. I don't know how else to pronounce it. Seamus? Seamus. Oh, okay, Seamus. Is how it's supposed to say it. Seamus? 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 Today I learned that the name Seamus is actually pronounced Seamus because in the Gaelic SE makes the SH sound. Ah, okay, okay. Irish people cringing. Lamal. Stuska. Wait, isn't Mike and Rem the same word a joke? Who's Mike Sus? Oh, I didn't actually know that that's how you say it. Interesting. Seamus. I think he appeared in one of the Dahlia anecdotes, randomly. But the Japanese, I think Dahlia consistently referred to him as like not with his name, like with his title instead. I don't think they ever actually mentioned his name. In fact, in the Japanese, he's called Simon. Simon, like Simon. So yeah, they completely destroyed the name here. In Japanese, it's called Simon. In Chinese, it's Simeng, and then in Korean, it's Simusu. So there's in no official translation is his name pronounced even remotely close to the Gaelic. I would say. And in Chinese, Korean, and Japanese all get it wrong if he's really meant to be Seamus. Simon, yeah, we got Simon in Japanese. That's maybe etymologically it might come from the same name. I could see that happening. Bonk. Yeah, do skirt team on Granny. What's it in CN? Simeng, which is kind of like Simon. Simeng. Like CN doesn't even have the S sound at the end, which is like makes sense. But Chinese doesn't have a word that ends with an S. S is always like the start of a word. Bro's been watching Rob Words. Watching. Oh, Rob Words is actually really good. Yeah. I don't technically follow his channel, but I follow like a podcast that he's on, and I think it's called what do they call the podcast? he does a podcast with another another host, and I've always found that super interesting because they go through like the differences between the U.S. and the U.K. Words Unraveled. Yeah, yeah, that one. That's what it's called. Words Unraveled. They go through the differences between the UK and the US variation, and I just find that super like interesting. It's very cool indeed. I think they did an episode on like various swear words. I thought it was super funny. Not safe for work stream, but that was super funny. Poor Rob. But maybe he's got it good though. I feel like folks in the EU tend to like just have more just their work is less stressful. They have more holidays. You know, they have better consumer protection laws. They, they probably also have good healthcare. I don't know. I reached my limit on BP for this week. Waiting tomorrow to do weekly again. I'm not at BP level 29. It's nice. Yo, that's pretty far in actually. My battle pass is only at like 26. So you got a couple ahead of me. I watched like one podcast, it got spammed in my homepage. I just kept playing in the background. Yeah, it's really nice to have just have it in the background. I really like long format podcasts as well. Because I can just have it on when I'm doing my artifact runs. So my artifact runs take about 45 minutes. I can just put a podcast that lasts about 45 minutes in the background. I'm not gonna hit up the legends. Yeah. We'll get there. Um Once I finish up my dinner and I can hop on, we can do some legends. Although you have to show me where the new legends are though if you want to do any of those. I haven't found those yet on the map. I think the map is unlocked, but I haven't found technically found them yet. After I spank you in TCG? Oh sure, sure. Sure thing. How are you so sure, Ramit? Are you using meta deck now? I may not even need to cook actually. Just three bosses, forge and cook. Yeah, I don't even cook anymore. I don't even forge anymore actually. Like I used to do that, but I realized I'm hitting max anyway. So like I don't need this stuff. I guess there's also the purchase two items thing. But yeah. I don't even do most of this stuff anymore. These weekly. I think it's mostly because I do the weekly bosses. So that one always completes my weekly mission, I think. Like the domain challenges and the trans domain challenges. What's the bare minimum now? Maybe bare minimum. Almost everyone does three bosses though. I think it's yeah. I think you have to do at least three to get the battle pass. Very easy to hit max on the game end game results in events. Nothing to boast about. Yeah, the events give you like so much. It's kind of nuts actually. Like once you join the events, like you basically don't have to do anything for like the last week. Got a friend who cooked a favorite dish when new character came out for luck. He made Honey muffin for Linnea because she likes sweets, and yes, he got her. Nice, nice. Honey muffin, that's an interesting one. I don't think you could put honey in muffins, but I guess it is a sweet thing, and honey is sweet. I actually really like honey, like just like not like the trash honey that you get from like the grocery store, but like the real honey that you can get from like people's farms. That's the good stuff. You could just like eat the honey and it just tastes good. It's so good. Not trying to boast, yeah, but trying to find the bare minimum to play with this kind of shit. Yeah, exactly. It's efficiency. It's all about efficiency. I love me some honey. Yeah, exactly. Turn to a favorite food, you'll see why on the voice line. Um. Oh, is that right? Can I actually see her voice line? Let me see. Linnea story quest. Does she have honey muffins? Favorite food. I like sweet stuff. Newly picked berries with beads of dew. And sugar sculptures made of fresh honey. Oh wait, the sugar sculptures. I remember those. They gave those out during the moon event, the moon festival event. I don't even remember the name of the moon event, moon festival thing. Cakes hot out of the oven, and she doesn't like super unhealthy food. Oh well. E, yeah, you're right. I've never compared store versus farm honey. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to like visit a farm or like at a farmers market, a lot of farmers markets like will have like local farmers like selling the honey. That's the good stuff there. Like raw unfiltered honey. It's that's good stuff. And like once you taste it, like you can just tell the difference. Like there's like a very distinct difference. Not sure how I can explain it, but you can just tell. You just kind of know once you taste it. Because even store honey is good. Yes, yes, store honey is still good. It's still good. But when you eat like fresh honey, like there's just something about it that tastes a bit more it's not like more sweet or anything, but it has like a distinctive, I want to say it's like an aroma, right? Because store honey goes through like some processing, it tends to lose some of the natural aroma. But if you buy it from straight from the farm, like there's a really like it's almost like you can taste the farm in it. Floral notes, yeah, maybe. I can't really explain what it is, but when you like if you blindfold yourself and you tasted one store honey and another um like from the farm, like I can guarantee you like anyone in the world can like tell the difference between the two. Even though they might not be able to explain what the difference is. But yeah, you might be right about the floral notes. I don't know if it's really floral though, because honey doesn't. It's not really related to the flowers. I guess the bees collect it from flowers, but I don't know how much of that is left over. Exactly part of the flower. You might be onto something. I'm not sure if it's possible to pinpoint the exact type of flower that's being used though. But again, I don't know much about beekeeping. I would think though that bees probably gather the honey from many different kinds of flowers. So, not just a specific type. But I will say they managed to make Linnea pretty likable. Not gonna lie. For a character that's sort of just like, oh, we didn't even know this character was gonna be a thing. Like the story quest really did sell me on the character. C6 Linnea time? I think I just C6 Linnea make her a DPS or anything. That'd be the funniest thing. Because Genshin has had like Hoyo has had this pattern of like literally making she says DPS at C0. But what I'm saying is that like like they like to make like these random characters like super strong. Can you imagine like you just make an end game team of all the unexpectedly strong characters that shouldn't be strong lore wise but are just super strong because they needed to sell. So you get like C6 Barbosa, C6 Linnea thrown in there. Who else is like an unexpectedly strong character? The anticipated characters sell themselves. Yeah, but I'm also like the Archons are well anticipated as well, right? And the Archons are always good. So but I guess you could say the Archons are a different class, so they're always gonna be good. They're always gonna define the meta. Which I get. But why don't they let other people define the meta too? I'm so tempted for cons on Chaska, man. Was Chaska unexpectedly good, you would say? I think how does Chaska compare to Varka, I guess? Since they're both like kind of a Nemo DPS. Kind of. Kind of. I like her character overall and versatility. That's definitely a good thing. Definitely haven't been in a situation where I guess this like Chaska has always been really strong. Chaska's more flexible than him at C2 onward. Ah, okay. But I think you had C6 Varka too, right, Remit? I saw, if I recall. I think that was C6 when we were fighting the wolf. Yeah. I heard crazy leaks about next patch. Oh my gosh, like if it's story leaks, don't say any story leaks. kind of like part of the Linnea story, right? Like I think they had one line where it's like if if I could see yeah, if I could see fate and I knew everything that was gonna happen, I would just feel spoiled, and that wouldn't be fun. Things are keeping me from wishing. Oh wait, keeping you from wishing for Chaska? From wishing at all? Oh, like because you need to save more stuff. Done with, done with dinners. I want Durin cons. Very good, very good. Durin cons. Durin is pretty good, actually. Maybe Durin was. All right, let's see here. All right, we have we have like random ads going on. Yeah, but anyway, in summary, I did really like the Linnea story quest, and I hope her sister is playable. And they are definitely starting to tease Snezhnaya now. So Snezhnaya is being well teased. They you can tell that they're really going straight into Snezhnaya at this point. We are getting lots of Snezhnaya teasers. Yeah, I'm saving for Nicole and then maybe C2 Durin. Welcome in Remsalt. Wait, we're just so much chat. Wait, so you're gonna run. I'm saving for Nicole and maybe C2 Durin. Spoiler, Doctor turned to what? What does that mean? Yeah, I'm saving for Nicole and maybe C2 Durin. No story spoilers, Mike. If you've heard story spoilers, no story spoilers. Or I might have to time you out. I said a joke. Yeah, I know it doesn't even make sense anyway. But I hope you're not spoiling yourself because I feel like you would just like I've been staying away from story leaks mostly because I know it will just reduce my excitement for the actual story, right? So I hope you're doing the same. Like, it just doesn't make sense, right? It's not fun to do the story if like, you already know what's going to happen. I don't know if you guys watch Project Hail Mary. Actually, I watched this. I watched the Project Hail Mary movie this week, and I thought it was pretty fun. But people were saying that the trailer kind of spoiled them as to what was going to happen, and I kind of get that. I kind of get that because I went in without even knowing about the movie. My friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to watch this movie?" I was like, "Okay, I guess I don't know what this movie's about." I go in and like it's amazing, and it was so much more amazing because I didn't watch the trailer beforehand. So I don't know if you guys watched it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a great movie. If you haven't watched Project Hail Mary, highly recommend watching it at your local theater. And if you don't have a local theater, you can wait for it to be out on some kind of a streaming platform or a DVD. Also, where are the yeah? It would be nice to have like go back to the DVD era where we could actually buy and keep movies to watch. All right, Rem. So, what do you want to do, Rem? Is your all here to for? Are we doing local legends or are we doing TCG? TCG real quick. Oh, my coworker used VHS. That is the way. This is the way. This is the way. VHS is the way. Um. The thing you can say is it's just regular film. I'll swap to my main for Legend. Okay, this is why I don't watch horror trailer below. Yeah, yeah. I kind of see your point, Ruffy. I kind of see your point. But I feel like I have to watch horror trailers just to know whether I get a free character next patch. But I also sub the trailers, so they're fun. But yeah, they do tend to kind of quote unquote spoil stuff, I guess. Let's see, co-op match. Invite teammate. Oh wow, Dahlia deck. I don't even have this card actually. This is a new. Looks like a electro charge soil deck. Interessant. Oh, what is this actually? Awesome, bro. Don't want any. I thought you play. Oh, okay. I can keep this one. Nemo dies. Surprise baptism. Yeah, surprise baptism. Surprise, get baptized. So I think if I play this card, I can get the Cuckoo Sword card. Perfect. And I can play the Cuckoo Sword card here. And I can hopefully get place all cards to the bottom of your deck. Oh, perfect. Got random cards now. I didn't get a talent though, it's just kind of sus. Yeah, I have no idea what that does. I should have played this card actually, never mind. I'm not playing this deck right as usual. As usual. Although I have this. Discard one card, count the cost of the tree, and then gain 2 its separate subtlety. That will work. Ooh, okay, I got a skirt card. Soul Sniper, Ritual Staff, target multi-target fire, plus 1 times of point, do 1 and evil damage, randomly discard 3 cards. That is to be pretty good. Oh, it's budget Chaska. Aoife is basically budget Chaska. Soul Sniper. Intent to cover, switch. When you switch, draw 1 card. Okay. Perfect. Skirt. When your card is discarded quick and is on the field, when you play or discard Void Rift, do 1 card damage to your opponent's character. Okay. This is a good one to equip, I think. See if I can get the domain card again. My bad, I thought it was yours. Oh, no worries. It happens sometimes. I'm like, you're thinking a lot for someone that only has one dice left. Oh, finally got this card. Perfect. Central Lab Ruins. We'll play this. Play this. Clink Clank Legion. What if I use this one again? What does it do? I can't use it again. Like, actually, why can't I use it? Prerequisite not met. What's the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite you speak of? Why can't I use my skill? I'm very confused. There's something I'm missing here. Right. That's true. I try to use my elemental skill, but I can't. This skill cannot be used after I enter the Night Soul Blessing state. Oh, okay, okay. But then why can't I use this then? Why can't I use my technique then? I'm very confused. I'm just gonna use this, whatever. I don't know why I can't use my technique either. Can I only use this once? Is that right? Multi-target fire. Consume 1 night soul points. Randomly discard 3 cards with a current high elemental dice class. Maybe I need 3 cards in order to do multi-target fire? Oh, maybe that's why. Okay. Oh no, whale's almost dead. Not like this. Auroron's pretty strong, I will say. I'm like no cards in my deck, unfortunately, right now. Oh yeah, Aoife heals too. Aoife beat the healer. Very, very strong, very strong. I don't actually know what Dahlia does though. What does this guy do? After you switch characters, deal Hydra damage. Oh, okay. Alright, looks like Whale is back up. Great job, Whale. Just gonna play Sladen. I don't know what else I can do right now. So What is this? 2 random artifact. I'll take it. I will take it. How much damage am I doing here? Oh, I don't have 7 though, but equal to this. Equal to the serpent specialty consumed. Was this start an adventure or I can heal? Yeah, well, I guess I will just hit here once. Can I use this? I feel like I want to use this, but it's kind of useless to me right now. Guess I can also tune here. But I don't want to tune because I do want my 3 card cost. Oh wow, he did heal quite a bit too. Does no good, guys. Dang, Aoife is strong. I don't think I can do much else here. It's like a pretty strong deck. Oh no, Whale. Poor Whale. Whale is getting wailed on. Well, the good news is I only have 1 character left, so there's no more soil shenanigans that can be done here. What did that? Hydro damage, huh? Interesting. It goes back to 6 HP. Not like this. Healing from a source other than an artifact. Ooh, interesting. Other than an artifact, you say? Let's see what my Melusines can give me this time. Not much. Oh, okay, this is useful actually. Enduring Rock is pretty useful. I'll take it. We'll take it. Let's see, what else is there? Probably me tuning cards, I guess. It's the most useful thing I can do right now. Yeah, it's probably... Oh, I can actually discard these though. Okay. I think I can tune 3 of these too, but maybe not quite yet. I already have too many dice. Let's go with this first. Gotta freeze the Aoife guy. Should take him with another Hydro on it. What if I just use this? Don't know if he'll do anything, but we'll try. Might do something. I can't use this. Attach target to the opposing character. Yeah, I don't think this does anything right now. Without any characters to switch to. I can't do much else here. Hopefully Maiden's Beauty does something though. Oh dang, that's a strong hit. Whoa. 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 I only have 1 HP. Whoa. Does he still have fast action? Fast swap maybe? Alright, back to 2 HP, thankfully. Does Maidens heal me? Heal me once. Okay. Not the best, but I'll take it. Still have some useless cards here, but... do I have... What am I at? I'm at 2, right? Okay, this is fine. Try and do this first. What does this guy give? Event cards. I'll take it. I'll take event cards. No valid targets. Sorry, wrong card. Which that's not good. +2 damage for this instant. Oh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Tune this first. And this one. Pop my dice here. Yeah, I think so. I think this works. The Roron's frozen. I don't think you have a fast swap here. Don't think you have a fast swap. This thing also gives me shield, I think. Dark Shadow. Reduce damage taken by 1. GG's. That was really close. That was really close for him. until Whale gets 10 HP again. I think the strat was pretty good though. You almost took out my Whale before I was able to switch to him, but once the healing started coming, it's like once the healing started coming, it was like you have to kill the Whale within the first 2 turns, because after the 3rd turn, then he starts getting the heals up. I don't think your deck has like characters that do like big damage on one hit. It's very reliant on spread damage, so once my other characters went down, they didn't really have any like strong bursts that would just kill the whale before it got too big. GG's though, GG's. That's a good deck. The IPA deck is pretty scary. I played against that deck before and I've lost many times. Nah, it's just a broken deck. It is also a broken deck. Then again, it's just people finding broken decks, right? And every meta that the broken deck changes, you just gotta copy a broken deck and play it. That's the strat. That do be the strat. The Chaska Skirk combo is already so strong. Yeah, exactly. You got the big burst from Chaska Skirk, and then Whale is just like a finisher, right? Like once enemy has all like low HP. Honestly, you kept your HP up really well. Like you had like when my Whale took the field, you had 767. Your characters were at 767 HP, I believe. Which is kind of nuts, I guess. Then if you match be done, you have to deal with the whale. Yeah, but you kept your HP up pretty well, I think. Because Aoife was like constantly healing all of your characters. So, like, even though my skirt did like... Saber got mogged? Sorry, what mogged? You convinced me to never play that deck again. Wait, you mean your deck or my deck? It was a good game though, good games. I definitely messed up at the start again because I could have drawn a couple more cards and didn't play things in the right order as usual. No, my phone added again for some reason. Oh, to never play that deck. The autocomplete continues. Uh-oh. Whoa. I'll never play that deck. It is a very weird deck. It also doesn't feel like super fun to play, to be honest. Like, because most of the time you're not actually like using skills. You're just like juggling cards in your hand. It was kind of like the old deck. Like the old whale deck was kind of the same. Like it was, I wasn't even like using my skills. I was just trying to think of what cards to tune and so that I can get the 3 combo on the whale all this time. It's like I'm not even playing TCG. I'm just like juggling cards in my hand at this point. Saber Cape Bait. What does that mean? That's my autocomplete. I don't know what that means. um, but yeah. All right, right. Shall we do a local? You guys want to do local legends? Is that right? Is that what I heard? Also, I like your cut. Thanks, Washi. No more quotes because it's summertime and it's too hot to do anything. I mean, it's not that hot right now, but it's like I think we're gonna be in for a hot summer. Hold on, let me swap. Sounds good. Sounds good. Often do you cut your hair? Like every month, I guess. Is that I would think that's normal. I think most people cut their hair like once a month. You look like a tough military guy. Well, I did. I was actually in the military for a bit. So brushy flirting a Lomao. I actually didn't mind the military haircut because it actually feels really refreshing to cut my hair. I don't know. Like when my hair gets too long, it just feels like heavy for some reason. And then once I cut it, it's like, whoa, it's so refreshing. Suddenly my head is so light. I don't know how whether you guys feel this way, but you do it yourself. Yeah, I cut my own hair myself actually because it saves me time and it saves me money. Actually, I don't have to travel to like a hairdresser to do it. I don't have to spend an unreasonable amount of money when I can just do it myself. And probably the way I want it to better. I aim for every 2 months. Oh, okay. So you try to keep it a bit longer. Yeah, I cut it once a month mostly because like I don't like it when it gets too long. So But 2 months kind of makes sense as well. Just depends on your hairstyle, I guess. I like to keep my hair like short, so. All right. Which local legend do you want to do first, Rem? Oh, I go every 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Oh my god, what? That is a lot of haircuts. Second, let me DoorDash dinner. Sounds good. Need to eat after that spanking. Sounds like you got counter spanked. I do my legs every 2 weeks. JK. But you mean like shave your legs? Now that's a different thing. Cutting your hair and shaving your legs is a different thing. We don't shave legs in this family, no. No. Not like this. Shave my back every 2 days? How do you shave your back? Wouldn't that be like really hard to reach? Huh? Would it be like you need someone to shave it for you, right? I trimmed my leg hair at one point and never again. I have a blade attached to the corner of the well. Attached to the corner of the well. That still sounds a bit dangerous though. Like you would have to like very carefully position yourself to rotate in a way that you would not be hurt by that. Bro is bear maxing IRL. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have hair. Alright, how are you going to survive the winters? The harsh winters without the hair? We need like we need the fur. I do a bear scrub. What is a bear scrub? What's a bear scrub? Google's giving me very unhelpful images. Jelly bear, free hot jelly bear shears sugar scrub, an exfoliating body scrub. Rubbing your back on some recharge. I guess bears do that, huh? Because they have to get that itch. They have to get that itch out, so makes sense. Makes a lot of sense actually. Have you never seen a bear in the wilderness? I don't think so. Not in real life anyway. I would be probably terrified if I saw a bear in the wilderness. Like, have you seen a bear in real life? I hope I don't. Yeah, all the time. Well, I guess you do be living in the part of the woods where you might see a lot of bears, but I don't live in that part of the woods. Okay, brother. Alright, sounds good. You got your dinner? Got your din-dins? This boss is a Linnea shill. Wait, which boss are we doing? More often on the roads. Oh dang, you guys have bears on the roads? Holy cow. Yeah, I definitely do not live in like a part of the world where there are bears on the roads. That would be actually terrifying. I did it with Overloaded. Wait, which local legends do you want to do, Remen? Or do I just follow it where you are? Actually, because I haven't actually explored these areas yet, so I don't know which one is the is there an overloaded boss? New area, right? You wanna? I don't know where it is, so I'm just gonna have to like start walking that way and try to see if I run into anything. Let me pull up interactive map, of course. Right, new area. Where is new area stuffs? Do you have overloaded people? Yes, I do. I've overloaded 4 stars, I guess. But if you have Linnea, then you can use Linnea, and then I will probably use like Geo team. Who do I want to use? But who are we fighting first, Remnant? You don't have Linnea? Oh, okay. I don't know. What are we fighting actually? Are we fighting the gecko? Is that right? Is the gecko a local legend? Whoa. I thought the gecko was just a normal boss, but it's not the gecko, a geo boss. Should we? What's the weakness of the boss though? Do we know? Can we go see the boss first? Yeah, let's go find him so you can see. Can we go see the boss? Alright. Lead the way, Rem. Let the wind lead. Let the wind guide you. Oh, okay, I guess you're flying. Never mind. I'm just gonna slowly glide here, like the pleb I am. Sure, sure thing, Babika. Sure thing. Hey, look, treasure hoarders. Oh, look, it's a boar. Oh, look, it's more treasure hoarders. They just sort of appeared out of nowhere, huh? Poor guy got ran over by a bike. It's the Unga Bunga Heli Trail. Unga Bunga Heli Trail. Wait, where is he? Oh wait, you teleported. Wait, what? Is he over here? Oh, wrong spot. Whoops. Oh, whoops. It's all good. I don't even know where this guy is, so I'm just gonna follow Maviga. Is it these guys? More treasure hoarders here. Wait, you're not fighting him? Where's bro going? Yeah, wait. Where's Rem? I thought he was here just a moment ago. And I was accosted by treasure hoarders, so alright, we'll be dealing with them pretty shortly. Why are there so many of them? I'm lost. You were heading in the right direction for one of the local legends. Open the map. I'm just following Brem here. I don't know where the local legends are. Not explored this area enough to know. Alright, got rid of these guys. Wait, did he teleport again? What? Bro, where are you going? You're in Millhaven now, is that? Go far right. Is it here? Should I teleport here? I feel like this is the spot, right? I'm guessing there's one here or something. Or like on the other spot there. I haven't explored this area though, so let me unlock some waypoints. Go to the circle platform on the right. Ooh, look at the big elk. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we'll unlock this particular waypoint. Maybe there's one around here. This looks like an arena, right? So I'm sure there's a local legend right here. Right? Oh. Is there a local legend here? No, that's not a local legend, it's just a pool of water. What? Oh, this is just a puzzle. Never mind. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Oh, they taught you nothing. Exactly, we can't even swim in that one. Why can't we swim in that one? Oh, there is a circle here. Now let's see, it's like a hilly troll encampment. I guess we can fight the hilly trolls first and clear it out. Very thanks, Mavika. Take that. Mark this treasure chest off the board. Oh boy, what is this? I can help. Mavika's nemesis A. Pyro Abyss Mage. Oh no. Almost down. He's almost down. We got him. Mavica's true nemesis. Next to the big pot. See the attached image. Gotta collect them all. Gotta collect what? Something I need to collect. Oh, the Sealy. I need to collect the Sealies. Okay, okay. That's what I need. Alright, we can collect him later, I guess. Alright. Wait, what's this? Oh, wait. It's... Oh, sorry, guys. It looks like it's the Sealy is just forcing me back. Whoops. Never mind. Guess we'll just finish this one first. Oh, okay, so these CDs open up the water thing. Gotcha, gotcha. That's where we were. Alright. You go here so I don't have to worry about you next time. Bro's not even going to give me a chest for doing this. Never mind. Why? Why so stingy? Also, there are like random hilly trolls just sort of mountain onto here. Right, what is the trick to this boss? Is this a boss actually? Oh wait, there is a boss. I see it now. So what's the trick to this one? What team are we supposed to use for this one before we go in? Goldrick, Ladler of Brav. Way more overloaded. I think you got killed by it. Goldrick. Let me look at his mechanics actually. Goldrick. It'll summon a cooking pot. Cooking pot is considered a geo construct weakest to geo and blunt. Kills every question mark with pyro damage. Then question mark unit. If the pot is affected by a hydro, progress will be halted. Goldrick will attack a random arena. Destroy the stone pot to start cooking. Statuses last for... Look at Hoyle Lab and saw that I earned 23k points. So we need hydro, is that right? It sounds like we need hydro so that it won't build up the fury bar, is that right? Is that what it sounds like? The Linnea Zabai show. So ideally hydro geo, okay. So we can still use claymore and blunt attacks, right? But if we're doing I can run Beidou. Actually, what is the achievement that we need for it though? The achievement is the important one actually. So let me check the Valiant Chronicles. It's not just beating him, right? It's the Valiant Chronicles achievement for him. So I need one is deal damage to the delicious hot pot and then defeat it, okay? And then defeat it before he can finish cooking. So we do need hydro to keep him from cooking it. Defeat him before he can finish cooking the delicious hot pot. Okay, that's helpful. So progress will be halted while it's affected by hydro. Doesn't include the Welkin plus BP. So I saw I earned 23k primos. It's not even a guaranteed 5-star in 3 months. Oh really? That's crazy. What? How much is a guaranteed 5-star? Holy cow. So we need hydro to keep it from... Could we just freeze it? Freeze it? Could we freeze it? Maybe? I guess maybe freeze is not great. Do I have a hydro claymore? No, we do not have a hydro claymore. Oh wait, no, we do have a hydro claymore. I know it's a hydro claymore. Alright, we got hydro claymore right here. We got hydro claymore, and then so I can apply hydro and you can vape. Well, I guess if you apply using pyro damage adds units to the fury bar though. Pyro damage will add question mark units every second, so we shouldn't be using pyro on it because it will help him cook. So electro charge? Geo Hydro, I guess. Do you have to buy? Or no? Yeah, but I can just normal attack during that phase. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can just normal attack. But I think we do need Hydro, so let me bring Hydro. I'm gonna bring this Hydro, and I can bring Xingqiu, I guess. But we don't have healing. Oh wait, Silonen can heal. Okay, I'll bring Xingqiu then. And I will apply a lot of Hydro for you to vape. As much as I can do. I've been cooking all these LL if I were there. Come in, Brushy, where are you? Get in here, Lamar. Just quit, just stop working now. Alright. Time to whack it. Discovered shoulder. It doesn't seem like there's a phase timer that much, so as long as we... Oh. Where is he? Where the heck did he go? Huh? As long as we do a lot of damage to him and then we break the pot, it should be good. There's no like defeat him before something happens. And we can keep him from doing that something as long as we kept applying Hydro here. Yeah, I'm applying Hydro, look. Hydro is being applied, my friends. There we go. Yay, we got defeat lower and do damage. Yeah, we did it, we got all three. Great job, great job. I know it's good, I know it's pretty good. One local legend down. Is there one more local legend in this area? Nope, at best I can help my break. We got it, Brushy. But I used to catching claw all three, wasn't it just two? Yeah, what was the other one? I don't know what the better there's another one. I don't know what the other one is. Well, if I were to guess with Genshin maps, right? My guess is that the other one is right here. See this little dot here? So I'm just gonna go there and see if it's the other one. If I had to guess, it's either here, which I don't think it is. I think I was already here. Wrong, says Brushy. Ain't no way. Yeah, I guess maybe it's... Or is it here, actually? It could be here. This place looks like a sus area to be. It's in TOS? Oh, it's in the temple area? Oh, okay, okay. I don't think I've seen this guy yet. But if I had to guess, in the temple area, here's a good spot to put it. Right here. Or here. But I think the here looks more like a puzzle, so I think it's here? It looks like it might be here. Yeah, we can go. Is it there? Brushy, guide us. I'm just gonna check out this area. It looks there's a circle here, so I'm just gonna go there and see if there's anything I can spot. They always like to put these circle arenas, right? Oh, it looks like just a normal puzzle though. This is not. It just looks like a puzzle. It doesn't look like a local legend, I don't think. Desert Pavilion? It's in Desert Pavilion. Top left, I believe. Okay, let's see. What's all that sound going? Why is so much sound? Temple of Space. There's no local legends here though. Hold up. Don't see anything here though. Oh, this thing is just not working, I think. Oh, sorry, I'm next to him. Oh, are you next to him? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, wait, let me get this mnemonic thing first. I'll take it. Wait. Oh, this is a local legend? This mushroom? Mardava, explain yourself. I want to spar with this big guy. Oh. Okay, I'll leave it to you then. Fungus needs no guardian. Oh, it's a fungus. What's this thing? Siren of world bestowing lore, a sacred fire born of perfected flavor. Makani Gong tastes better than my lord. Tastes better than my lord. I'll be the way. Fortunate indeed, Lord spirit carry me from the ground. The Lord spores is now you. Wait, how do we get the rewards? You have to claim it from the Katarina outside of co-op. You can't talk to Katarina in co-op, so we can do that later. Let me see what this Valiant Chronicle mission is though. Like, what's the challenge? I have to talk to him to activate him, but let me just see what we can, how to beat him first though. Defeat Maha Vesudapaya Putra. Defeat after forcing him to revert to his normal state. Okay, so we need to force him to revert. After he reverts back to normal state, defeat it before it goes into scorched state. Okay. So he can state shift. If it's defeated or activated, or wait, I need the local legend variant. He immediately enters the scorched state upon spawning, indicated with Fury gauge. Is able to shift between scorched, normal, and activated states. This gauge fills upon taking instance of dendro damage. Okay, so we need to take dendro damage. Once it's filled, it will become stunned and will return to its scorched state when the gauge is empty. This can be delayed by applying more instances of dendro. If hit by pyro damage, the gauge will completely deplete. Okay, so only dendro and electro, I guess. So we need dendro damage mostly. What it sounds like. Cannot use pyro because we don't want it to go back to its scorched state. Good thing is I do have dendro units and I can run Fischl as well. They do be pretty strong together. No electro? Wait. When struck with any instance of electro in its normal state, the boss will dance around as a warning indicator and then it will grow and then return to a scorched state. Can't use electro either. So what can we use? Dendro? What kind of reaction can we read what I said above? Can you tell me about how Catherine even put up a body for this guy double his face? Lomao. Avoid electro and pyro. Just bloom, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I can run Yao Yao, I guess, to heal us, and then you can maybe focus on more damage. Oh wait, looks like you got Columbina and Laomo already. Alright, I'll run like Xingqiu, I guess. Or bring the baby back. Oh wait. You want Aino? I think single Nahida is enough application. I don't have Nahida. I have Tignaredo, so it should be good. Or if you want, I can run Dendro Traveler as well, so Dendro Traveler can give you more EM, I guess, but if we want more DPS, I think Tignaredo can do a bit more DPS on this front. Okay, we'll try. So we just have to beat him. The first time we take down his bar, like, we need to beat him before he goes back to scorched state. Otherwise, we have to we won't get all the rewards. Yeah, but he starts off as scorched mode, but we have to fill up his bar ASAP, and then whoa, what in the heck is going on? Okay, now we need to beat him before he goes back to scorched state, and we have to keep applying Dendro, I think. I'm guessing we just keep applying Dendro here. Okay, sounds like it's okay. As long as we keep applying Dendro, he's not gonna change state, right? So we just have to keep applying Dendro. Not bad, it's okay. His gauge is still full, it's not coming back down. We are applying quite a bit of Dendro to him. It will take us a while, but it's not. It doesn't seem like a boss that we need to like do a lot of damage to. We just need to keep applying the same element. So it should be okay. Uh oh. Jeez. More Dendro. More Dendro. More Dendro. Alright. Let me get more Hydro involved again. Alright, I think he's at the wall. My Tinari bolt won't hit him when he's near the wall. So I need to aim like on the ground for it to hit. He starts with Scorch. Yeah, he starts with Scorch, exactly. But I think as long as you'll get the reward as long as he doesn't return to Scorch. That's what it sounded like. Although Nefer cancels out the other I cast stage time by almost 20 seconds. Nice. This cancel would be pretty good, I guess. Why is he all the way in the end of the arena, guys? Like, how did we put him all the way at the end of the arena? Why is he like stuck there? Even how to sustain it because you're sprinting to cancel, which can help. Oh, okay. So it's like a dash cancel. What's the combo for Nefer's dash cancel? Is it N3 cancel, N2 cancel, N1 C2? Is it C? How do you even say it? We got it though. We got all the three. Hey, thanks Ram for helping out. We did it. Yeah, we did do it. That probably doesn't have premium sustain. Wait, doesn't Lauma heal at C2? Or C1? I forgot. Lauma C1 is a premium sustain? Yeah, that's what I thought. She does have sustain, but you do need to get her C1. I'm not pulling C1. Where's your dedication, Brushy? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I mean, since we're here, I might as well continue exploration. Actually, no, I haven't. I actually have not done my artifact runs, so let me do that. Do exactly that. Yeah, but compare this to Dubai or Lynn's. Give Moyo your Moyo. I like that. Moyo. Compared to Flynn's, they both have sustain. Flynn's has sustain? I guess Flynn's has a shield and a Nefa, is that right? Or is shield also considered sustain? Does that count? And Nefa's excellent shield. Okay, so shield counts as sustain then. Wait, does that mean Nicole counts as sustain? Lamau. Is Nicole gonna give me a shield? Is it sustain, not healer? So yes, it counts. I don't know, to me sustain doesn't sound very shield-like to me. But I get your point. He has a premium protect. They have a protect. What's Laumacito? Actually, I have no idea what Laumacito does. No, I just heard you create for Nefer. I feel like some people say like shielding and healing are like, I know they're both sustained, but like they both, I like to call them comfy, but they both like, they're not technically equivalent, I don't think, based on like people's playstyles, I think. Generally, you could swap a shield for a sustain, but shields, There are, I think, like nowadays there are like certain bosses where you need the heal, or certain bosses where you need the shield, right? Like they started using those as like an actual mechanic. Like the Radiant Gecko uses like you need heals. It's not just like any kind of sustainable work. You actually do need healing. And then there's some. I mean, even in older bosses too, like they had enemies where you had to counter them a little bit with the shields. Primo Geovisha, although that guy is like so old, nobody really cares anymore. But they have shown to, you know, design the bosses around the type of sustain you can use for them. So I don't really care for Lunar DPS. Can't wait for this to be over. Starrail is the same. Shiloh and Healer are both sustains. Yeah, but I can see like it being required for a specific boss that you're fighting. Sometimes they're not like always equivalent. So good to have options for both, I guess is my point. Have a healer but also a shielder option on the team in case like a boss needs one of those options. I know the like Black Serpent Knights had a mechanic where they actually became stronger if they hit your shield or something. I think the Jailbreaker guy does that as well, and a few others. So it was like almost like a counter because they saw that too many people were using Zhongli's shield in their teams, and they were like, yeah, we need to design a boss that like punishes you for using a shield. Although we know never combos exist. For a cancel, you just want to dash after her swipe kick comes out. Oh, okay. So it's more like animation cancel, is what you're saying? Not so much a combo, but like an animation cancel. Dashing is pretty stamina intensive though, for sure. Yeah, I did say cancels, no? Right, but cancels could mean like within a combo string and not necessarily like just doing the cancels enough. Brushy is spicy. What does that mean? Like you could think of cancels as part of a combo, or cancels as like, oh, I'm just doing a cancel, it's not really a full combo. Nah, I just learned the cancels, gotcha. Like Mavikas has cancels, right, within the combo, right? But you could also say like just doing a normal cancel, like I don't know. Actually, what cancels do I even do these days? Don't really do much. Now I'm trying to think like which cancels do I even do these days? I mean, when I use Ningguang, I have to do her like walk cancel. I did see like a video of like this 4-star run of Setos where they were doing like I don't think it was a cancel though. It was more like they were doing some like aim shot shenanigans where they got Setos to pretty high HP, and they were basically like holding and releasing the charge shot like really quickly. They weren't using the burst. They were just doing like I guess the arrow trick, the one where you hold a bit and then release and hold a bit, release. The one where like Amber shows like a bunch of like arrows at once. They were basically doing it on Setos so that he could get his charge shots out like crazy fast, like basically from like full energy to zero, like within like almost 1 or 2 seconds, I think, and then repeat the cycle and the combo again. It's kind of nuts. Like Mavica cancels too, but it's not in the combo. Yeah, I'm not sure if any of my characters actually have. Probably because my characters don't have like normal attack infusions or stuff like that, where the cancels would actually be happening. Okay, Gaming doesn't really have a cancel. It's more of like jumping to where Manchai is. The only other weird trick is like for Xiangling, if you want to increase the DPS done with her burst, you have to run, I believe, like counterclockwise around the enemy, because your Pyronado rotates clockwise. So when you run counterclockwise, you actually get more hits of the Pyronado in a quicker amount of time when you run the counterclockwise around the enemy there. Valve definitely has cancels in the combos. You guys pulling for Sandrone if the rumors are true? Sandrone, I'm not sure though. I do think, what I will say is, I think it's a very good meta choice to pull for Sandrone, mostly because Inefa turned out to be a really good meta choice. And if history is going to repeat itself, which it usually does, in the fate of Sabat, there's a really good chance Sandrone is going to be a really key unit. Mostly because they're going to continue with the new shield mechanic in Snezhnaya, and we all know it's going to require multiple characters of that shield mechanic for the shield mechanic to work. So the more shield mechanic characters you have in your account, the better, and the faster you have them in your account, the better as well. So from a meta perspective, I would say like probably worth it. Because they're basically gonna go into Snezhnaya assuming everybody has Sandrone, and then scale the difficulty based on the fact that you guys have Sandrone. So, I think you would just be shooting yourself in the foot if you don't pull. And I'll be doing exactly that. I would be doing exactly not. I would be exactly not pulling for Sandrone and exactly shooting myself in the foot for not pulling her. So. What was Sandrone? Sandstone? Sandstone, that's great. That's what I meant. Cancels are a component of the combo, but not the combo itself. Yeah. But I just meant like as part of the combo. And stone is good though. Can we get a Sandstone Sandrone? That's a good one. Sandrone lost in the King Dash in the desert. Becomes Sandstone. It most likely will be Electro, the work of Archon. I guess I'm not sure. It depends on like her new design, I guess. My guess is that she's not gonna look like her old design, where she just looks like a cooler Catherine, I guess. Kind of want her to have a bit of a glow up or like a new design. But yeah, I have no idea what her element could be, honestly. Could literally be anything, and I wouldn't be surprised. Because I don't think she has... I don't think in the story she really like... It really gave me any strong impression of an element one way or the other. It could also be that she only gets her element like when she eventually gets released, like it's a new thing and not something that she's had all the time, right? I think that could make sense because at no point in the Archon quest did she ever like use elemental powers or like show that she has a vision, right? She was always fighting with Polonia. So would she be the first non-elemental character? I think that would be actually a lot cooler. What if she has no element and she's just a character? That would be really cool, actually. Electro, I don't follow. I think it's because people are saying that it's like if you think about all the remaining like reactions to be buffed, right? There's only like we've had Frozen. I think we've had we've had the melts with the Sitlali orcs. We have all the Electro Charge and Blooms have been buffed, right? The only one left are the Shatter, Superconduct. We had Frozen with Skirt, right? So Shatter and Superconduct are the only ones basically left. And they both are like dealing with like physical damage So the idea is that because cryo is gonna be one of the reactions, like their supports are probably gonna be electro. I think that's what people are saying. Nobody obviously knows for sure. But I think that's a reasonable assumption to make. Because nobody uses superconduct, right? They're obviously gonna revive it. And there's no better chance to revive it than the Snishnia patches. Superconduct is likely one of the stellar mechanics. Stellar star reaction on board of these turns. Haven't seen the legs? Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna call it eventually, but my guess is that the new shield reaction is probably gonna revolve around a cryo reaction, and the most obvious cryo reaction that they would buff is superconduct, because nobody's using that right now. There's like literally no superconduct teams right now. And what better way to introduce new characters and force people to pull them than to introduce all these new superconduct units? Because none of the because it's like a perfect opportunity, right? They're not gonna buff any like previous units for superconduct because nobody's using them. Like perfect opportunity for Hoyo to like to use their reaction, I think. Do you know birds got lead better showing a term called stellar? It's funny how Honkai 3 went to stellar damage after part 1 was done. I don't know what stellar damage is. It was slightly unattended was included. I can see Genshin following suit. What was stellar damage in Honkai Vector? Was it just like a new damage type to introduce or what? Or was it just another like shield mechanic like lunar damage was? Like lunar damage isn't like a real damage type. It's just a shield damage mechanic for lunar characters. It wasn't something that most characters had access to. So is stellar like something similar? Like it's like it's not really a new reaction that everybody has access to. It's more like for this specific set of characters from this region, here's just a new name for a new damage type that they can deal, and so that we can control the buff to restrict it to this set of characters. You know, it's mostly like a game balance, introduced from a game balance perspective, so that they can buff new units without buffing older units, right? So no reactions in that game. Don't worry about it. It's just a new mechanic, but there's stellar enemies that now certain characters benefit from. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's the other thing too. So not just restricting the characters, but restricting the bosses to what type of characters they can use to fight. So there'll be a. I mean, we've seen this in Luna, right? Like we've had. Now you need to have a character that's not just this specific element, but also heals, but also does lunar damage. Guess who does that? Hint, hint. They're just trying to come up with creative ways of saying, hey, this enemy requires this character, right? It's basically equivalent to this boss will take 200% more damage from characters named Linnea, characters named Columbina. But because they can't do that, it sounds super lame to do that. They just have to come up with new names of mechanics to do exactly that anyway. It's just semantics at that point. Mechanically, it's the same. There have been alternative cards like Fischl with Night Soul. Fischl against Night Soul, for example. Night Soul, I think like because it was coded as like a GU shield, it wasn't kind of like you need Night Soul to do it or anything. Like you just had to like just as similar to any kind of shield mechanics. Like remember like the OG shield mechanics, for example, like when people were like molding over the Abyss Lectors and the Abyss Heralds. That's pretty much the time when I learned gauge units, like, and hey, some characters, even though they're the same element, actually break the gauge units faster because they apply like stronger aura, stronger pyro, or stronger so on and so forth, right? And you know, that's actually still not something that the game kind of tells you in the combat. I don't think there's any official like, you know, confirmation that gauge units exist, even though we all know it exists at this point. But I don't think Hoyo's ever came up with like a, hey, By the way, this attack does X gauge units, right? No gauge units. GUs, I guess. It's inferior. Oh, I guess the double health bars don't have a workaround. Yeah, the double health bars, which is, I guess, like the true health bar and the... Yeah, the double health bars, you just have to do lunar damage or, like, have Ascendant Beam. So that one doesn't have a workaround unless you just straight up just do lunar damage. Now, if they changed it, right, so that instead of like, oh, you have to do lunar damage to do true damage, what if they change it to be like, if you can get this enemy into a vulnerable state, like Ascendant Gleam, then all your damage can do true damage or something like that. And there's like some of that, but I think it's only lasting for like a few seconds and only after like one of your Ascendant Gleam characters uses a burst or skill or something like that. I don't remember the exact specifics, but it's very limited. Very limited counterplay without Lunar. Things Shield doesn't exist. Wait, what? Stellar mechanics and hell gravity double hell bars. You don't need to notice. Uh-oh. Double hell bars? Oh wait, hold up. Imagine like they have triple hell bars. Uh-oh. Stellar is such a corny name in my opinion. It does sound kind of lame. But they sounds like these are still early leaks, right? We're still in like Luna 6 patch. They can change it in the future. Like there's a lot of potential to, and I think it's just the working name of it, right? It's not, leaks are usually just the working name of it. It's not the final name of it. So they'll probably change the name then to something that makes more sense scenario wise, right? Nalcry was all lunar because Moon Goddess and stuff. So Snaya is gonna be Cryo Archon. So maybe something that sounds a bit more frosty or... Maybe the official name is Stardust. Stardust? It sounds like that Pokemon Go resource that I used to always farm for. You had to use Stardust to like, I think, level up your Pokemon. Maybe abilities or levels or something. But also the Archon wants to fight the gods or something. Yes. Or like more like just the heavenly principles, I guess. And maybe the shades. Assuming the shades. Shades are probably just gonna betray him, to be honest. We're all gonna find out who heavenly principles is. It's gonna be Paim. Nah. I just call it Stellar, yeah, but also like they can use the Stardust mechanic to ascend. Yeah, didn't we see like that elevated status, like the new damage multiplier, right? Elevated damage from the lunar reactions. Oh yeah, Columbina C2 and Flynn C6. Yep. Yeah, it's not even just restricted to the 5 stars, it's restricted to 5-star cons too. It's crazy. Then again, they add so many like descriptions of things now, it's kind of getting out of hand. Still remember like there's there's a meme going around with like, here's 1.0 character kits and how long the text is. Here's modern character kits, it's just like wall and wall of text, and you need, people are like literally don't even bother reading the skill and the burst text anymore, they just watch a video about someone summarizing it. Like, literally, it's so much faster to pull up a guide video of someone explaining the kit than to actually read the kit for yourself. It's kind of nuts. Because so much of the text in the kit is just fluff. It's just fluff names that just make things even more and more confusing. It's ridiculous. Also, they explain it in the tutorials now. Yeah, exactly. They had to create all these tutorials because they knew their stuff is getting way too complicated to understand. And the reason they're getting way like super complicated too is because they have to add all of these restrictions, right, and boundaries about when things can trigger, what triggers it, and because they're, I mean, at this point they're not willing to have general effects anymore, right? That can be broadly applied or broadly affect any unit, like because they need to restrict all of these triggers and all of these effects to certain units and certain ability, you know, combos and certain teams. They have to have all of these, uh, you know, they don't have to name it weird stuff. That's just their own fault at naming things. But they have to have all of these interaction and effects, basically, so they can restrict who gets buffed and who doesn't. Whereas if they didn't have, you know, if they were just like, hey, I'm just gonna have a cool kit, and if you guys find a cool way of abusing it, then that's great. You know, like, nah, they're like, nope, nope, you can't. Yep, Barca can't plunge. You know, I watch YouTube video. Honestly, a few times I read the translation sucks so bad, and I'm even more confused. True. Also, yeah, it feels bad for the English translators who have to translate all of that stuff. It's better if some CC just explains it. Yeah, if you keep your map, keep your leaks, you basically know how the kit works before the characters comes out. Honestly, like, me reading the leaks, still don't know how any of Nicole's kit works. I just know something, something, some defensive utility, something, something damage buff. Okay, seems good, bye. You ask me to explain any of your kit, I can't do it. I literally cannot do it. Even if I tried. Nah, I get annoyed with the kit changes. Yeah, exactly. Like if the kit changes as well, it's also like, well, they usually don't change that much though. It's just more, usually some damage tweaks. Like the core mechanic of the kit typically doesn't change, right? It's just some of the numbers either get tuned up or down. Cooldowns get changed a little bit. Maybe they adjust the number of energy particles that gets generated at the most, but usually usually it's just tweaking numbers at that point. It's the mechanic stuff that it's kind of gets kind of hard to understand sometimes. And then you still have people testing, right? I think no matter how many words they use to explain, there's always going to be questions of like, does this snapshot, does this work with this? They can't handle like explain every single interaction in that small wall of text. So a lot of it's also just you have to test it out and see it, how it works. I guess it's okay if the core mechanic doesn't change, but well, I will confuse the final with the beta stuff. That's true, yeah. Especially if you run like own calcs or something. E equals shield, attack buff, Q don't touch, mediocre dash, add on fielder. I guess that sums it up in a nutshell. In a shell nut. There's definitely a meme going on where like you're not supposed to use her burst or something. I just think it's the lamest thing ever. Why would you design a character where you don't even, where the burst is not even useful? Come on, Hoyo. Get with the times. Literally, there's only two buttons that you need to click for a character, the E and the Q. And you're making like one of those completely useless question mark? Okay. Speaking of Q, I hate when bursts are useless. or, or never. Or Linnea, but she's fair to be honest. Wait, does Nephra's burst not do anything? Every time I use her in the Archon quest, like I kept using her burst thinking that it did something, but I was always very underwhelmed because I didn't feel like it did anything. Maybe it really doesn't do anything. It's a damage loss as far as I know. Oh my gosh. Like bro, we only got two buttons to click. Can we make them both impactful, please? Like, please, please. There's only two buttons we need to click here. Like, I get it if there are like a lot of abilities and some of them are trash, but there's literally only two abilities. They should both be impactful. Burst gives your legs a moment of rest while she sits on the couch. Not wrong. You're not wrong. It also gives a good view of her legs, I will say. A good view of her crossing her legs in style. I'll take that actually. I'll take that as a W. Worth using burst just to see Nefer crossing her legs. I use it for iframes, or if my cancels are too fast, I waste time for burst as the support cooldown is resetting. I need to regain stamina. Can you regain stamina while the burst animation is playing? I think you can, right? It feels like they're designing more and more characters who don't want to use burst. At that point, just remove the burst. At that point, just remove the burst. I mean, the lunar characters already kind of don't use burst, right? They kind of just use the button as a special follow-up, right? Which could have been any button. Like it didn't. It nothing to nothing to do with the actual burst, right? Nothing to do with actually like charging energy or So I guess that's another way of power creep. You don't feel ER. That's actually a pretty strong way of power creeping. Can you imagine? I mean, even the Wyobs. The Wyobs are really bad for my account because a lot of my damage was burst dependent, and I had to struggle a lot against the Wyobs because I didn't have any characters that deal damage just with their E. So it was really tough. But there was a whole meta, right, with Raiden Shogun. It's a very old meta, but where like elemental burst was like everything. That's your main source of damage, right? Your burst on your main carry or your main DPS. Had to rely on burst to do a lot of things, and even nowadays not so much. Mostly it's just, you're right, it's mostly just E's or charge attack or some other. The E gives you a state, right, that buffs your charge attack or something. Instead. Oh no, no. Why you kill my G? Not like this. They're healed, they heal. I used Xiao Gang from main DPS in my ult for a long time. Nice, nice. And the character who need AR get a buttload from their signature weapon. Nice, nice. Do signature weapons usually give ER? I thought most signature weapons, well I guess maybe for the DPSs only, I guess they always give crit damage or something. Flynn's and Alma's give ER? Oh, okay, I didn't know Flynn's one gives ER. I guess he is very ER dependent, huh? I guess he must be very ER dependent. But in the passive? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So it still gives you like crit damage, means that. Oh, substat, sorry, the main stat is technically side attack. Yeah. That makes sense, that makes sense. Is there a weapon that gives you crit damage main stat and then crit rate passive effect? Is there a weapon like that? Crit damage main stat, sorry, substat, and then crit rate. Crit rate passive effect. And then maybe it's equivalent to like, I don't know, 50 CP or something. Probably way more than 50 CP actually. I think crit damage goes up to 56 something, I think, for a 5-star weapon. So probably something like 70, 80 CP. But that would be a really good like generalist stat stick weapon, right? Oh wait, actually Serpent Spine does that, doesn't it? Serpent Spine does exactly that, doesn't it? Oh no, Serpent Spine gives you attack, I think. Oh, it just gives you damage percent, sorry, not attack. And it's also crit rate, not crit damage, never mind. Crit damage. Scarra has CR and gives CD in passive, yeah, but that's different. CD I think on the substat is stronger, because you can overcap crit rate. but you can't overcap crit damage. So I feel like the crit damage substat would be a stronger one. Typically the passive doesn't give you as much as the substat. So I think the best balance would be like a CD on the substat, the CR on the passive would be the most ideal. Actually, would Mabika's signature do that? 1000 Blazing Suns? I know that one gives you CD, 1000 Blazing Suns. But maybe it doesn't give you crit rate. Oh no, it gives you crit rate actually, not crit damage. Whoops. And then it gives you crit damage when you have the Scorching Brilliance effect. So it's the opposite. Nuts. I'm gonna check Barca's might too. Barca's is Mighty Jest, right? Mighty Jest. Jest of the Mighty, not Mighty, Jest of the Mighty Wolf. Barca's crit rate too. I think Barca gets some crit damage in the battle. I don't know for what. Yeah. So there's this crit rate substat and then passive crit damage. Oh, actually, Barca doesn't even get passive crit damage. I only see attack speed actually. Wait. Each stack will increase the. Wait, I'm missing. Oh, it does increase the crit damage of the equipping character only on Hexarai. When the team has equal, each stack of 4 wins him gives you 15.5% crit damage. Oh, interessant. I'm sure if I click this... If I see crit damage, weapons with a secondary attribute, crit damage, we have Absolution. I believe that is Chlorens. But Chlorens gives you crit damage twice on the substat and also on the passive with Bond of Life. Aqua Simulacra, Yelan's weapon, crit damage percent and then HP percent. It's not quite right. Chaska's Astral Vultures gives you crit damage and then attack percent on the passive. Interessante, yes. Yeah, only Varka and Razor get a crit damage. Actually, anyone that's not the 2 hex people in the party. Yeah, 2 hex people in the party. Fractured Halo, I think that's Nefa's one. Gives you crit damage and then attack percent with some lunar charge damage multiplier. Still not crit rate. Golden Frostbound Oak. What is this? Whose weapon is this? Golden Frostbound Oak. Is this a new one? Is this Linnea's weapon? Golden Frostbound Oak? Oh, this is Linnea's weapon. Linnea's weapon, crit damage, and then defense. Okay. Makes sense for Linnea's weapon, but still not crit rate. Hagura's Verity, crit damage, but... And then elemental skill damage for Miko. Light of Foliar. Oh, Foliar! There we go, Foliar! Yeah. Al-Haitam's weapon. Light of Foliar Incision, crit damage 88.2%, and then crit rate increase after normal attacks deal elemental damage. Still very specific to him though, I guess. But technically you doesn't have to be a Dendro character or anything. You also get EM, so any kind of like infusion character using normals can... Like Kachin could probably use this weapon, right? So... Oh, I found one that has CD subset and CR and passive. Harbinger of Dawn! Yes, that is true. The legendary 3-star Harbinger of Dawn. Yes, that is indeed true. You gotta have 90% HP and above, but you probably get there as long as you have a shield or some sustain. Indeedy. Light Bearing Moonshard. I believe this is the device weapon. It gives you defense though on the passive. And then Lunar Crystallize buff. Mist Splitter Reforged, the OG Ayaka weapon. Gives you crit damage and then elemental damage bonus, not quite what we want either. Nocturne. Okay, I'm just gonna skip these. These are not crit. I'm just gonna wait until I go crit rate. Oh, Nephir's weapon actually gives you crit rate. Okay, fam is calling later, but hey, yeah. Sounds good, Rem. Appreciate you being here. Have fun with fam. Thanks for dropping in and for the carry. Reliquary of Truth. 88.2% crit damage, and then crit rate increased by 8 to 16%. And then with some lunar damage bonuses as well for Nefer. Arena, Splendor of Tranquil Waters gives also crit damage, but after that just HP and elemental skill damage. GG. Yeah, Sabrina actually has pretty good weapon, I guess. But it is, I guess, specific to her because of the HP scaling. What? No more space in inventory again? Scam. Oh, it's artifacts, that's why. Right, more salvaging time, I guess. Salvage time to salvage more of these artifacts. Artifact salvage. I actually have a lot of I have a lot of like potions, artifact potions now. Which will be good. It will be good when I get a lot of artifacts I need to level up. See any other crit rate weapons? Yeah, the rest are 4 stars, looks like. Yeah, actually not a lot of them. Foliar. It just looks like we have a catalyst one with the Nefer one, although it's very specific on Nefer. With the other buffs, and then there's a sword with Foliar. That's pretty much it. Only 2? Can't believe there's only 2. Dang, it really is only just 2 weapons. Interesting. But yeah, the crit damage 88.2% 5-star weapons. I feel like those are the more worth it ones. That is a ton of crit damage. Well, a ton of CV as well, 88 CV. Also, isn't MiHoYo kind of due to release a new battle pass set of battle pass weapons? I feel like it's been a while. They did the last refresh sometime in maybe it was Sumeru or something. It's already been maybe 3 years-ish since then. So I'm guessing there's a battle pass weapon refresh in the works coming up. Or at least I would expect one, no less.
やなんかごめんな。
Yeah, I can actually fly through the air. It's pretty cool. Trying to see how far Manchai could fly while I was flying away. I wonder what happens if I use the burst and then I fall off a cliff or something, and when Manchai follows me off the cliff.
6308式ユニット。
This would be a good experiment.
ややだはっと無双の風シミュレート。はっ
The more I think about it, the more it makes sense that Paimon for Asmodai, something similar to severing the daily cells. Ooh, I can see that, yeah. So Paimon is the part of Asmodai that just eats and is a glutton. Makes sense. Makes sense. That would call into question the other daily cells though. So if there are three, since things always come in threes, I wonder what the other Paimons are, I guess. That would be interesting. Can you imagine we get Dark Paimon? That would be funny actually. We get like a Dark Paimon and because we got Dumb Paimon, right? So there should be a Dark Paimon and a Righteous Paimon. I wonder if it has to be true. I feel like Genshin always, everything comes in threes, guys. There's the trifecta. There's the trifecta on Paimon's chest too, right? The trifecta symbol. She's gotta come in three. It's gotta be three. It's a meme at this point. They even memed it in the triquetra. Yeah, it's the name of the triquetra is the name of the symbol. If you Google the triquetra, it's the symbol that is on Paimon's chest, but upside down, I guess. It's the same symbol of the Omni dice in TCG. That's what the symbol is called, a triquetra. Some also call it the symbol of a trinity or whatever, but yeah, that's the name of that specific symbol. What? How do we run into enemies?
ミュージック
I shouldn't have flown too close to the floor there. Now I have to murder these guys.
姿を見せよオズ
Parametric. What's this? Oh, I do have to check in. That's probably my second strongest theory. First one is enough, but his siblings. Wait, I know Endeavor had like a thread of like being a resurrected Dragon Lord thing, but like, does Bennett have a thread like that? Is he possibly one of the incarnations of one of the Dragon Lords? Oh yes, a Valiant Chronicles. I need to claim the rewards actually. Let's see. I should claim it. I guess I can claim it in any Catherine, but I always claim it in. We technically still have two more,
星と深夜
but it's nice that I cleared the new region one, so we don't get that out of the way. Very nice. We'll have Glimmering Glory. Easy 120 Primo Gems. So we just have two. Oh, yeah, the Craps are. We'll need Nefer for this, and then Hiljetta, which we'll need Skirk for. Still good, so we got 120 Primos. Alright, we should plan this, so we should set a date for when we're actually going to start pulling standard banner. So let's work our way backwards from the time, and then like let's decide on an actual date. That's good. Okay, so 28 days, 7 hours. Should we pull it at the last minute? That would be ridiculous, actually. Can we imagine pulling it on the last minute? At the last minute? No, not the last minute. We'll not do it at the last minute. We'll do it on the second to last minute, I guess. So 28 days is exactly 4 weeks, right? So this week and then 26, 3rd of May, May 10th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 17th. 16th. Can we do it on the 16th? Yes. So my D&D game actually finishes in 2 weeks. So the 9th. Actually, no. The 2nd is my last day. So we will have time on a Saturday to do it. So 16th. Mark your calendars, guys. Alright, let me just write it down here. You said you pulled it in. Yeah, but it's kind of getting late, and like, if I pull now, I don't have time to like level them up. So I don't really feel like it right now. To say the least, I don't really feel like pulling it right now. Um, so I'm actually like traveling tomorrow. I have to like check in tomorrow. Um, for stuff. I have to check into my flight tomorrow. I'm like traveling for a week this week, so I just feel like the timing is not very good. But we do have up to 4 weeks to pull. So, and I kind of want to do it sort of like at the start of the stream, right? When there's maybe not much to do in the patch, and then we can like focus on the polls a bit more. So we'll say like the 6th, we'll say May 16th. That way we can have at least sort of like 2 weeks. Well, actually, let me think about it. If I pull on May 16th, it's a bit too close to the Nicole patch. I think that we might have to pull again for Nicole again. So maybe to space it out, we'll do it on May 9th instead. I think that's a good compromise. All right, May 9th it is. We'll push it back like a week earlier. May 9th. May 9th will be the poll stream. And then we can like sort of start off earlier in the stream to do the polls, and then we have, I think, probably like 2-ish weeks. Actually, let me think. May 9th will be, yeah, May 9th will probably be after the live stream as well. So it'll kind of be like a good time to do a bunch of like stuff like that. Okay. We will do May 9th then. A business trip sounds fun. Yeah, I'll be hitting. I won't be traveling that far, but it will be like a short trip, and I'm just excited because the company is paying for the trip, so I can like get whatever food I want and have it paid on the company card. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't get to do business trips very often. I think the last time I was on a business trip was maybe in maybe it was in February. Might actually have been later than that. Actually, earlier than that. I think it was in February. I think. I don't actually remember. No, actually, it might have been November, wasn't it? It probably was in November. But anyway, I don't get to go on business trips very often, so it's not that long ago. No, I think it was November. It probably was not February. I think it was in November. Now that I'm trying to recall what was happening. I'm gonna have to check my receipts here. All right, let me check my airlines. When was my last trip actually? It should show up on my airline app. Let's see. Trips. How do I see past trips? Can I see past trips? Travel receipts. How about this? This is not helpful at all. It's probably faster if I just search over here. My last trip was in. Oh, actually, it was in March. Yeah, so that was not very long ago, was it? Did I have a trip in March? That was pretty recent, actually. Huh? Wait, what? Really have a trip in March? Oh no, March of last year, Broshi. Sorry, I read this wrong. March of last year. This was March of last year. 2025. I forgot, like, we're not in 2025 anymore. We're in 2026. March of last year, I think, was my last trip. That can't be right though. I was on another trip recently. Uh, did I miss one of these? Pretty sure I was on another trip before after March of last year. Did this one? Oh yes, December. I had one in December. And I even got like a discount code because they delayed my flight, which I actually have to use a flight. I actually have $150 of credit that I have to use within 1 year, which should expire in on 12th in December. I should remind myself about that though. Now that I think about it. I should use this discount code. I forgot I even had this. How do you forget? Oh yeah, I went to Hawaii this March. No, I did not go to Hawaii. I've never actually been to Hawaii. That would be fun actually. It would be fun to go to Hawaii. Aloha, you know? Get some aloha in there. Heartbreaker Axe. Hydro Talpa. Wait. This one's I haven't done yet, right? Crocodile's Ambush. Victory within 5. Can't use this one. I'm gonna use my normal deck, I guess. Wait, do I need to less than 5? I feel like these decks I always go with like the Benny Boy decks. Because then like I can ensure my characters aren't defeated. Oh wait, there are 2 of them. Whoops. So just use my normal deck. Pyro. Not bad. Ooh, I got this dice too. Back to some dice. Ouch. There goes Benny Boy. Good news is that I got gamblers though. Bam. Got him. Good. Now we got Crocodile. We need to get the other guy as well. Fukusaur. I don't want to edit this deck. I feel like there are a few like additional cards that we can run here that are just better now. So like, instead of this card, maybe instead of like we can run Noblesse now. It's actually like really strong. I guess instead of Sapwood, I can run. Straight up just run the energy card. Is there another electro character I can use here that's Gwitch, I wonder? Ooh, Varesa. I feel like Varesa would be really strong. Yeah, DJ, I thought you carefully completed everything last stream. No, every patch they release like new content. So there's just like new content this patch because of that. Yeah. Every time there's a new patch they just release more content, so that's what's happening. I don't think we need this one. The other card was actually really strong. This new arcane card, I remember. Let's see if I can find it though. This one, Lost Legacies. This is a much better, like, find the card that you want card. And then let's add like see what do we add here? We add want to add where's my support card? Oh, what is this? Oh wait, never mind, I don't need that. Where is my where is my card? Here. No, not this guy, not this guy. Dunyarzard. Where's this one's good though. This investment plan thing. This one's pretty good actually. But I want to find Dunyarzard. Where's Dunyarzard? Dunyarzard. What? Couldn't find it. Bunyarzard. Huh? I already have it in my deck. No, I don't. Am I spelling her name wrongly? Dunyarzard. I guess I am. This should work though. Dunyarzard and then the card draw. Yeah, it's Zard without the R. I won my first 50-50 in Enfield. Nice. Wait, who did you get? Is that the new character? That's awesome. Memento lens. Green onion lady? Wait, what? There's a green onion lady? That actually sounds pretty funny. There's an actual card for green onion lady. Why is she a green onion though? Zhuangfang Yi her pants. Oh yeah, I saw that new character. I think Lucky was showing her on stream. I'll actually keep this card. This is a good one. Look her up, you'll see. I guess she does look like green pants. Why does it feel like a lot of the characters have horns? Is it just me? Am I the only one noticing this pattern? The lore that everyone except MC is an animal hybrid. Oh, really? Like, that's just straight up part of the lore? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see. What can I do here? Use this first. Did I? Actually, I took that out of my deck, didn't I? Pay 2 same element. It's not bad. I'll take it. Oh, he's gonna use burst. Ouch. Ouch. We can stay on Benny Boy because we healed up Very nice. I think Benny Boy's just gonna carry this at this rate. Oh, never mind, he died. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, this gold flame state that's too strong. What? It's all good though, it's all good. We got Ashtaha, who will carry us. All good. Fell it into my trap. What? Yeah, I couldn't tell you why. I haven't played OG. Oh yeah, I guess Arc Knight does have an OG. I'm guessing the lore would probably link. Right. The lore would probably link to the OG game. Alright, Consecrated Fanged Beast Trap. Yeah, we're just gonna use the same lineup. Gonna need other cards here. Oh, do you see Asaha wasn't given eyes or whatever by Zhongli like it showed in the animation? Wasn't given eyes? Wait. What do you mean wasn't given eyes? By Zhongli. Did Zhongli have to give him eyes, or what's going on there? Did he not have eyes to start? Which animation are we talking about? Remember the old animation? No, I probably don't remember the old animation. It's been a long time. Which animation are you talking about? It's been like a long time. So ain't no way. It has been a very long time though. To be fair. Yeah, I guess I can sort of do this and then pass a little bit. Yeah, I'll do this and pass. The little girl in Asaha boss fight? Yeah, that was a long time ago. This is the basically I think Zhongli's story quest 2, right? The Asaha boss. So did he give Asaha eyes? Wait, did he even create Asaha though? That's a I have to go all the way back to that video. I have it somewhere. But yeah, I think it's his second story quest. Either way, it's retcon now. Wait, Zhongli didn't create Asaha, right? I don't think. According to the guy in TOS. Wait, TOS? According to a guy in terms of service. I don't think it stands for terms of service. Oh, Temple of Space. Sorry. Too many acronyms, man. There's too many acronyms. It's like there's also a friend of mine who likes to use like these acronyms as if everybody understands the world in acronyms the same way he does. And I'm here to tell you guys, no, not everybody thinks of everything in acronyms the same way. Let's see. I'm just gonna normal attack, I think, here. Probably. Yeah. Damn. Take that. Wait, what did the guy in the Temple of Space say though about Asha? I'm guessing this is the Linnea area. I haven't explored the Linnea area enough in the Temple of Space. There's probably still a lot of stuff I haven't quite seen yet. Ooh, actually. I would very much like to use this one, sir. Then I would like to use this on my Ashtaha, I think. Yes, I would very much like to use this on my Ashtaha. I gotta look at the lines again. I definitely went through it too. Ashtaha has eyes. Reddit. Ashtaha was always a Geo-Dragon. Zhongli only gave him eyes. Gave him eyes. Ashtaha was always a Geo-Dragon as well as the monster themselves, older than Morax. Morax only gave him eyes. He did not carve him the dragon form. Zhongli knows the ancient truth. Did a ray of light illuminate the dragon's eyes? Oh, it was a mandatory part of the world quest? Oh, okay. So the point is that like the animation didn't show him drawing the eyes and therefore it's a retcon? Feels a little bit sus to me. I have to go back and look at the animation though. But I would say even if the animation didn't specifically show him drawing the eyes, it could be an artistic choice rather than like an actual retcon. Okay, we're gonna slap this guy. Boop. The animation was the folk tale. I mean, do we even need to search to Ashtaha at this point? Maybe just for fun? Funsies? Just for funsies? I think we use burst again though. Ctrl F Ashtaha. That would make you as powerful as Ashtaha. Speaking of which, you told me that Ashtaha already existed back in this area. Such the so-called finishing touch that brought Dragon to life was nothing more than legend, the invention of later generations. A fine story though, all the same. Oh, okay, so that's what he was speaking of. He definitely doesn't use the word eyes here, so it's a bit hard to link the two, but I can see what you mean now. Nothing more than a legend, an invention of later generations. So you're saying it's more of like it's a retcon because they changed the legend, I guess? But does it matter, I guess? Whether or not Ashtaha already had eyes, or if you know, Rex Lapis actually gave him the finishing touch. I just told him you ruined the precious memory, you know that? And then like he just continues as if like nothing happened. And we have to see the YouTube video of that happening. Let's see. Zhongli story quest to animation, I guess. Historia Antiqua. I just want the animation. Final cutscene. I definitely did not watch this in the English, so I might have had a very different impression of what it was. Having not seen the sunlight for an age. Voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo was here and there for finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock. That's how Ashtaha was. Ashtaha, what the heck? After its wish, I took it around from above ground. The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon. So he did carve. I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him. Yeah, this was a long time ago. He made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared. Living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds. The OG animation made it sound like he carved it and gave him life even life. At the same time, people debated whether he was sovereign because of the animation. The retcon would say clearly that pretty much confirms as how long this time was likely to drill sovereign. Ah, okay. I don't see this as a retcon mainly because the animation is being told from Iron Tongue Tian's perspective. Come on, man, how do you forget shit way fake Genshin fan? Totally fake Genshin fan, yeah. I wouldn't call myself a Genshin fan to be honest. Retcon's a bit too harsh, yeah, yeah. I would say like um the whole animation is actually told in the literal storyteller is telling it, right? So he's going to embellish the histories, and this is also true for like I think a lot of the histories that you know Tibat has had. Like storytellers do that, and they've done similar things I think in the past before. Like they said, where like certain legends and myths, they've alluded to this even in the not quite in the Linnea quest, right? Like Fays will like come up with stories about Fays to scare children and stuff like that. So there's so little we can truly trust them. Yeah, exactly. But that's the point. Like we're not supposed to truly trust them. We're supposed to hear them as stories. Um, and it's the same with like the mythologies of this world, right? Like the all the mythologies of the Roman and Greek mythologies, or the Slavic mythologies, or the Norse mythologies, right? Right? We're not meant to trust them, right? We're meant to understand them as stories, and take with us what we will just like from the story. So, like the at least the way that I've there are definitely other animations that are not told from the storyteller context. Then I could see a more stronger reason to say retcon, right? Like if it was actually like the person talking, like Rex Lapis, like Zhongli himself saying that I did this, right? Then I would consider it a retcon. But Zhongli didn't actually say this. The storyteller said it. So I'm a bit more like, okay, probably embellished, probably added some stuff in here. But that's the thing, almost all theories about how sound they seem can be disregarded because there's not a lot of trustable sources in the game. We pretty much have first-hand experience. Yeah, exactly. We need first-hand experience, or at least like some kind of like, Nicole says it, right? At least Nicole says like she experienced that time, who said something, or some old creature had written down something. They might not be alive, right? But if they wrote down something and we can verify that it was this person who wrote it down, somewhere on a tablet or carved into stone, you know, stuff. There are stuff, but I think this is true even in reality. There are not a lot of trustable sources around history, right? A lot of what we understand from human history, we need to trust the sources that we have. Like there, and that's why like when it comes to the writing of history, or like historiography, the making of history, like they need so many different accounts from many different people to sort of corroborate together and say, okay, this thing probably happened. You can't just take like one person and then experience and say, oh, this is exactly what happened, this is the truth, because you need to have like a lot of different sources. I think this is just a reality of things, right? Things that happened a long time ago, and stories that are passed down. There's always, it's like a game of telephone, and you need either multiple sources to verify or some like really really strong trusted source. There needs to be like levels of rigor in how we're picking and choosing trusted sources. So a lot of text is obscured into stories to hide the truth. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. They also tell everything in the lens of stories, and I can see that, right? It gives them the flexibility to quote unquote retcon or to quote unquote change how things are being made. But I like it. Like, I think it adds like a lot of depth to the story, right? Because it's like this is what happened, but this is how people interpret what happened, or this is how people reasoned and understood things that happened. And that's honestly like just the reality of how civilization, I think, sort of passes down lessons, right, from story to story. Sometimes we hear things from history from our parents, but it's and yeah, we know that thing happened, but we kind of hear it from how they understood it. And you take that and extend it millions and millions of generations, stories becoming less and less accurate, but the morals of the story or the lessons that society wants to continue to pass down actually gets clearer and clearer. So even though what actually happened becomes less and less clear, what society wants to pass down gets more and more clear actually as you go down the line. It becomes there becomes like it becomes less stories become less about what actually happened that's important, but what you want to get out of it. But the interpretation of it becomes almost more important than what actually happened itself. It's kind of interesting. What if Ian Nasir is actually a saint? What is this Ian Nasir? Ian Nasir Genshin. Mesopotamian, the Bronze Age. Hold up. What? Do we know anything about Ian Nasir other than the warden? Oh, is this the warden's name? Other than the quality of his copper? Hold up. Why? This is not a Genshin Reddit. Let me look for a Genshin Reddit. Nasir is an open world NPC in Caravan Ribat Sumeru. Following a certain dialogue branch for the first time, he gives the player 3 tandoori roast chicken. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think this Nasir is a saint because he gives the player 3 tandoori roast chicken. Uh, Lava. Seems like a saint to me, real life, bro. Oh wait, this guy real life? I talked to a girl about Ian Nasir. Copy pasta. Is this a copy pasta? Wait, what? Are you quoting a copy? I've never actually heard of this copy pasta. What is this? Do you think Ian Nasir deserved all the hate for his copper? What is this? I guess you don't know this. Is this a is this a copy pasta? What is this? What if his copper is subpar? No, I don't. I'm not getting the reference. I guess complaint tablet to Ian Nasir is a clay tablet sent by the ancient city of Ur. Written. Oh, this is a real tablet where it documents a transaction in which Ian, the serial trader, allegedly sold substandard copper to a customer named Nani. Nani, dissatisfied with the quality, wrote a uniform complaint addressing the poor service and mistreatment of his servant. This is actually gold. Like, wow. So he was a copper merchant scamming back in the day, selling low quality copper. Dang. This is good. This is our. Is this the earliest? Is this the earliest is this the earliest form of trash talk? Is this or like the earliest form of what do you call it when you call people out? Complain. I love it. This is a good this is a good like fact to have in the back of your pocket when you be fun at parties. Do you know that in 1750 BC we found a tablet where the first ever consumer complaint to who did he complain to? I guess it was he must have complained to some kind of like consumer protection board agency, consumer protection bureau, right? Yeah, that's funny. All right, but we are going to go ahead and raid Lucky. Appreciate you all being here. I'll be back in next week. I will be packing and checking into my flight for tomorrow. So I got some stuff to do tonight. Um, appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back again next week for more shenanigans. I'll probably finish up Stygian and a few things. But in the meantime, this has been a Saber stream. Don't. That would be definitely not a good idea. Alright, take care, guys. Have a good night, and let's say hi to Lucky, who is playing Arknight's Enfield.